VP Inday is still ranking at over 40% for performance assessment, and 21% lang si BBM. In fact, his numbers have been going steadily down, whereas si VP Inday, nagre-recover na siya. And the other bit of good news is that VP Inday is number one possible presidential candidate for 2028. VP Inday leads in Metro Manila. So, in Balance Luzon, it's Sara Duterte at 20%, Raffy Tulfo at 19%, Leni Robredo at 18%. So, sa Visayas, predictable. VP Inday clocks in at 43%. In Mindanao, of course, VP Inday is at 58%. Ano ang choices ni PBBM? Where does he go from here? Lumabas ang results ng isang survey. The survey was from Numero, WR Numero, Philippine Public Opinion Monitor. Ang clue is one of their affiliates. I think they're affiliated or associated with ABS-CBN. Now, bago kayo mag-freak out kasi ABS-CBN, sasabihin nyo na naman sa akin, di credible, etc., etc. We looked at the survey company and okay naman ang kanilang methodology. So, at any rate, whether you trust this survey company or not, the numbers are, the math is mathing. So, ano yung mga medyo, good reason for us it's interesting for us is, number one, si VP Inday is still ranking at over 40% for performance assessment, and 21% lang si BBM. In fact, his numbers have been going steadily down, whereas si VP Inday, nagre-recover na siya. So in 2023 and up to 2024, her ratings were still clocking in at 70%. So 40% is the effect na yan dun sa tuloy-tuloy na pagbabakbak sa kanya. However, the same survey company also says na ang DDS, those who identify as pro-Duterte, come in at also 40%-ish. And the other bit of good news is that in Metro Manila, VP Inday is number one possible presidential candidate for 2028. VP Inday leads in Metro Manila. Now, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kahit noon pa, yung mga, even in Balance Luzon, she's clocking in at 20%, even if Raffy Tulfo is close behind at 19%. In Metro Manila, it's Sara Duterte, 23%, Leni Robredo at 15%, Raffy Tulfo at 12%, and then Robin Padilla at 4%. So, in Balance Luzon, it's Sara Duterte at 20%, Raffy Tulfo at 19%, Leni Robredo at 18%, and Bongo at 4%. So, sa Visayas, predictable. VP Inday clocks in at 43%. Unsure is at 23%. So, sa Metro Manila, yung unsure malaki, 28%. Sa Balance Luzon, ang unsure is 25%. Sa Visayas, ang unsure is 23%. So, more or less, nasa 20s yung mga not sure. Bakit importante yung numbers dito sa not sure? Because that is our target group. Yan po ang ita-target natin for conversion. These are the people we need to convince to vote for VP Inday, so it's going so that she will win by a, as they said in the old era joke, by a landscape. In Mindanao, of course, VP Inday is at 58%. Unsure is at 13%, Leni Robredo at 8%, Bongo at 5%, Raffy Tulfo at 5%. Okay? So, now, remember what we have been saying in the past years. Number one, when we're talking about elections, when we're talking about campaigns, it isn't about bardagulan. It's about who you can convince. Now, bakit natalo yung mga dilaw? Bakit ilang years in a row, they are almost, kumbaga, irrelevant na. Kasi ang method of campaigning nila is simple. Bardagulan. They think na by insult, tignan mo, sila yung parating nagpo-post ng DDSHIT. Ulit-ulit silang nagsasabi ng ganon. Tapos, they call you bobo. They call all of us bobo. Yang naman yung mga degree ko sa kanila. So, bobo. Ganon. They'll say, ang DDS kasi bobo. So, what happened in 2022? They lost. They lost in a grand scale. They lost to the point of almost irrelevance. Isa lang ang nakasurvive sa kanilang Senate slate, that was Risa Hontiveros. O, di ba? The midterm elections this year weren't a very good assessment of yung strength natin because it is widely believed that there was some kind of foreign intervention. So that may nakalusot na 2 candidates. Nevertheless, it has proven our point constantly. And talagang, time and time again, constant yan. If we vote, if you take the Duterte, the pro-Duterte vote, and we hang together, that is almost a sure guarantee that our candidate wins. Okay? Simple lang yan. Ano ang pwedeng, ano yung mga tulog natin? What do we have to not do? Ano yung wina-warning na dapat hindi natin gagawin? Number 1 is believing that pwedeng i-cheat lang si VP Inday. That's not true. Because in 2025, hawak na nga. Hawak na nga. Okay? Hawak na nga, supposedly, yung COMELEC. Pero may mga ipanalo pa rin natin yung mga kandidato natin. Okay? So, in 2016, hawak ng administration party ang COMELEC. But how did, that's not morning glory, dear. Wala. That's light. Ay, alam nyo, ang hirap talaga pagka nag-i-interrupt kayo ng ganon because nawawala yung momentum. So, kailangan kong i-defend sarili ko, di ba, pagka ganon. So, anyway, back to the So, what do you have to stop doing? You stop doing saying things like, ang problema, hawak nila COMELEC. Ang problema, ang dami nilang pera. Ang problema, bend the law sila. Kahit nag-bend the law sila, anong nangyayari? Do you remember? Meron mga nagsasabi sa akin, ang problema, i-impeach siya. What happened during impeachment last year? The Supreme Court intervened. And not only did it intervene, it set a new precedent. Ang sabi, kahit 1/3 vote will allow the case to go to the Senate for trial, you still have to obey due process. Kailangan, hindi man lang daw tinanong yung mga congressman kung ano yung pinipirmahan nila. Hindi man lang diniscuss kung ano yung charges against the Vice President. Wala man lang ebidensya na iprinisinta. So, that means that it's not going to be the same. Ibig sabihin, kahit mag-file ng impeachment case, this time, hindi na nila maaaring i-railroad. Okay? So what have I been saying all this time? Tigilan nyo na yung nega na yan. Tigilan nyo na yung feeling ninyo na talo parati, feeling ninyo total defeat, feeling ninyo everything is against you. Diba? Anong ibig sabihin? What am I trying to say? Ang pinakamalaking kalaban natin, sarili natin. Kasi kahit nananalo si VP Inday, kayo nega ng nega, hindi kayong lahat. Meron pa ring nega ng nega doon sa comment sections. Ang dami pa ring nagsasabi, paano yan, hawak nila lahat? Paano yan, matatalo lang kasi dadayain lang nila? Paano yan, bendalo sila ng bendalo? Kailan pa? Diba, when was the last time they won a major legal victory? Sabihin nyo sa akin. When was the last time they won a major legal victory? Wala, di ba? Wala pa. Sasabihin niyo, kasi ang tagal-tagal ng Supreme Court, ganyan-ganyan, di sila lumalabas ng decision. Didn't you notice that actually dahil sa tagal ng yung pag-dribble ng Supreme Court na yan, ngayon, may reason na sila to ask for memoranda dun sa habeas corpus cases